Good morning and welcome back. This is your daily tarot with a little bit of astrology, and this one's for Friday, November 10th. And I set the chart for 7 a.m. so that you can see when, about the time, I didn't clock it exactly, but about the time that Mercury moves into Sag. So now that Mercury's in Sag, we're going to be thinking probably more directionally about, as to, okay, how do we get to where we want to go? We might be trusting our intuition a whole lot more. Sagittarius is all about intuition if you're developed. It's about freedom. It can be about speaking up, the need to speak up. But most of all, because it's ruled by Jupiter, it's the sign that most is geared towards exploring meaning. So what brings meaning into your life? So you might be talking about things this next month or so that bring more meaning into your life. On the downside, we might see more patriotic BS and more religious dogma. Maybe there'll be a lot of things out in the news about sports figures. There could be things like that, which, that's not negative, but the religious dogma and patriotism certainly is. And then the moon is still in the sign of Libra, but today it's opposing Chiron. So we do have maybe some past life wounding that's coming up that we're processing. The moon in Libra can be quite a bridge to the past, and with the South Node in Libra there, we're all processing the past, especially when it comes to relationship issues. So okay, let's look at the cards. I'm using the Housewives Tarot today. If you want to get this deck, it's really cheap. I'm just not sure where you find it anymore, but it's set up like recipes inside, You've got the minors and the majors, and then you get the little book. It's got this like velvet inside. It's a domestic divination kit. Okay, so the cards, I thought it might be good because it might bring up some wounding it might bring up some childhood trauma that we need to heal. Let me bring this up a little bit. Some people tell me that they can't see the cards very well when they're too tight within the frame. So we have the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Wands reversed, and then the Magician straight up. It is a funny deck to use, except for some of the cards aren't so funny, and but they do bring up the trauma to work through. Seven of Swords, when it's straight up, is our deck of somebody's not telling the truth. It's our card of someone not telling the truth. It's our card of gossip and maybe just vicious rumors. If you followed Lori over at the Way of Positive Change, she calls it the Sneaky Pete card, because in the Rider-Waite-Smith, hold on, let me grab that deck and pull it out real quick. In the Rider-Waite-Smith, it is this guy, sneaking into camp. He leaves a couple swords behind, though. So yeah, but it came through reversed, so that tells me that maybe that's what has really been healing, is that, and if we just go with the image, it's like there's a couple of swords going to the head, and maybe with it reversed, we're not thinking with our head so much. We're not logically and rationally motivated. Maybe we are in that realm of that beautiful realm where we are deciding to trust our instincts, trust our guts. Now, sometimes when the Seven of Swords comes through reversed, it can be somebody getting caught. And then other times it can be somebody saying, you know what, I've been talking trash and I don't like to do it. It doesn't feel good doing that anymore. And they confide in you about that. There can be sometimes a little bit of a confession, And then other times it's our card when it comes through reversed for pathological liars. Other times in personal readings, I've seen it come through when a person has been going through a relationship with someone who just cheats over and over and over again, and they're having a hard time getting away from the person. So I'm wondering, what else could it be, though? With Seven of Swords, let me just feel into this a little bit. I feel like it has to do with the truth coming out about something. And with the Magician over here, and in this deck, he's like, the salesman, right? But it's straight up. It's a person who knows that they have all the tools that they need to create, so they do. But they do it, it's ruled by Mercury, so they do it with words, of course. We all use our words. But on one level, I think it could have to do with the truth coming out about how we have all the tools we need inside of us. I think that's the best way to use that. Now, the Eight of Wands, it's so funny in this deck. It's like she has all these different mops and brooms and dust and things to just get it done now, right? Get that house clean, because this deck is like based in the friggin' 50s. 40s, 50s, 60s even. Definitely not the 70s. Probably definitely not the late 60s either. But anyway, Eight of Wands, when it comes to reversed, things are slowing down. And that's good. Because I think it's good to take our time to figure out what's true and what isn't, what's just an old mental belief that keeps us, spinning around, and what can even be kind of like cutting, right? Like cutting, gossiping, things like that. But when the truth comes out that somebody's been gossiping, and maybe this was, how you grew up. Maybe there was someone in your home who just talked trash all the time. And that's a real possibility. And if you slow down and figure that out, then you can get your thinking straight. And, the buck stops. It always stops with us. It's always the buck stops here. So maybe we don't want to create that kind of reality. Or maybe we've had those painful situations where somebody's talking trash about us, and then it comes back to us, and then it just brings everything, to a place where it's just okay. It's not hitting the ground anymore. It's not painful anymore because I've been through it before, and now I'm just going to go my own way. And then, if I go with just the images, there's a washing machine here. So maybe we're washing out, clearing out all those old things that we grew up with. Because who didn't have, somebody at school who was, gosh, so many movies have been written about that or created about that, books written. Even siblings, snarky siblings and gossipy kids at school that spread rumors that aren't true, or misunderstood something you said and put this huge spin on it. And maybe there's something like that that needs to be cleared out, washed out. Maybe it's about getting in the shower, washing our hair, and just clearing it out. That could be. Let's see, other things with this Eight of Wands. I'm kind of drawn here for a reason. Sometimes it's a card about frustration because things don't happen as quickly as we want. But when we're releasing ourselves from false beliefs and, snarky relationships like that, it takes time. So to be patient, And then again, too, I like the idea of it not, those things not hitting inside of us. Just let it go. I really like the clear message of letting old gossipy rumors that maybe were hurtful, just let it go up into the sky, and we'll wash our hair and wash it all goodbye. Let's do that. Okay. Thanks, you guys. Let me know how the day goes for you. Bye.